semantic, syntax which indicate or which allows us to build a program, which we can say a grammar for designing that particular language, and semantic is nothing but what that program mean or the meaning of that particular program. After that, we have discussed about the one example, that is DDD, that is first two digit indicate a date, then next two digit indicate month, and the last four digit indicate a year. But over here, this D indicate it's a digit, it's not month or anything. So how that digit, or depending on the meaning of this format, the language will, if it recognize that particular syntax, then only it will recognize the date. So for that, I given you an example of UK and US date formats. So for the same date, if the syntax for that, if it is DDMMYY, in that case it will be first first February 2001. But if it is first two digits are indicating in the syntax as month MMDD, then in that case it will be but obvious 2nd of January. So depending on the syntax, the language will able to identify the meaning. But at the same time, over here, from that particular date, we won't be able to identify which day is there on that particular date. Now, after that, I talked about the organization of the language description. So for that, we have already discussed the different styles of programming languages, that is different paradigms. So in order to support that particular language description, we can have the different 3 types of these styles. That is, we can have as a tutorial, so which provide the main construct of the language and how they are, how we can use that. So for that, tutorials are given. Another is reference manuals will be there, in that the syntax and semantics of the language are organized in such a way that by using that syntax, you will be able to write your program by using that particular programming language. And the last one is the formal definition. So basically, main formal definition is nothing but a precise description of a syntax and semantics of that language. And in PP, we are going to learn in detail about the formal definition of the programming languages. So this is about, or it talks about the syntax and semantics of the language. Now, after going through that particular styles, we discussed about the expression notation. That is, in programming language, it provides some description, syntax description, and by using that syntax description, it will allow us to express the mathematical formulation as an expression. And but obvious, when we are saying the expression notations, so this expression notation is a combination of operators and the operands. So 2 examples I have written, a simple one, that is A plus B into C, so which indicate it's a combination of operators and the operand. So over here, A, B, C, it identifies as an operand, whereas your plus multiplication, which indicate it's a operators. So while doing this expression notations, we have discussed different types of notations are used in the programming languages: infix, prefix, postfix, and one more which is not going to fit into basic 3 types as infix, postfix, or prefix, postfix, that is mixfix. So we will see in detail over here. So already I think we have solved one example also. Am I right? Have we solved any example for the infix, postfix, prefix?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
Yes.
So, yeah, so I will quickly go through this slide. So infix, it is nothing but the syntax or the format for presenting the infix is operand, operator, and again operand. So it means the operator is in between the 2 operands, and this is a normal or the familiar way of presenting the expression notation. So 20 plus 30 is the infix type of expression notation. Now after infix, next is the prefix. So in case of my prefix, A plus B is written as plus AB. So which indicate, as name indicate, pre, it means first we will have a operator and then 2 operands. So this is my prefix type of notation. And postfix, so as name indicate post, it means first I will have operand and then operator. So operand, operand, and operator. So these are the ways of mentioning the expression notation. So after that, I think I have solved A into B plus C divided by D, right? I have done that for you in pre as well as post. Am I right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct. So, and I asked you people to write down for the remaining two, because according to me, we have stopped in the last lecture on this particular slide, if I'm not wrong. Do you remember? Just now, just let me switch on my camera. So what will be the pre and post fix of the remaining two expression? Can anybody let me know? The second expression is A star B plus C divided by D. So how you can do the pre? First we will do it prefix and then we will check it out the postfix. So what will be the thing over here? What will be the prefix format of this particular expression? Yes. Can
Ma'am, first
anybody
will
just
be division, then
first will be
multiplication.
division?
Multiplication first.
First multiplication or division or first bracket? What will be the thing?
Bracket.
First will be the bracket if I'm not wrong, right? So for this bracket, my pre will be plus B, C. All of you are agreed with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct. So for this particular thing, I will write for prefix, what will be the format? First operator and then the operands. Am I right? So over here, the operand 1 is B, operand 2 is C, and the operator is plus. So I will write plus B, C. Now after that, what will be the next thing? So this complete will be my one which I have evaluated. Now A into plus BC divided by D. This is the intermediate step. Now after that, which operation I have to perform?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. Now, so over here it will be, this is pre, so I'm going to have, this is my operand 1. So I will write one operand. This will be my second and this is my operator. So my operator A plus B, C, right? And then now already this is done. So remaining thing is this one. So what will be the next thing? Yes. What will be the thing? This is my operator. So hash, division, then multiplication, A plus B, C, D. Am I right? Yes or no? All of you are. So this will be my prefix format of this particular equation. Now tell me what will be the postfix? What will be the postfix format of this same equation? Yes? You can try it out and or you can type your answer in the chat box. What will be the postfix? Yeah. It will be, yes, Anusha have written A, B, C plus then multiplication, D and then division. Correct. Now what will be the format? This is correct. Anyone is getting some different answer or all of you are getting the same answer? It will be A, B, C, then plus multiplication, right? And then D and then division. This is my postfix format. See, first I'm going to solve the bracket. So BC plus, then A into BC plus will be one thing. So ABC plus, then asterisk, which will multiplication, and then it will be slash D division. So but obvious whole as it is first operand, second operand, and then the operator. So I'm getting this particular as my postfix format for the same equation. All of you are agreed? Or any this answer is not matching with anyone who is getting some different answer? Is it like that? Yes, girls? Answer is matching, or any different answer, different solution anyone is getting? Now, what about the next one then? A into B plus C divided by D into whole bracket. Have you solved? Yes, let me know whether you people have solved or not.
No, ma'am, solving it.
Yeah, so see, if you have solved, I will show the answer and you can verify. For that only I have solved for the second one. Now, if you have understood, please try it out the third one. So you are going to try it out by your own way, or should or whether you want me to write down for you people? This is my second. For that, pre and post we have written. Now what is the next? It will be A into B plus C divided by D. Right? This is the equation is given. Now I want to do the prefix for this. So for prefix, first I have to solve this bracket. So, but obvious B, C plus, right? Then, but obvious slash, over here it will be my first, then it will be divide by D, so it will be slash D, and then but obvious over here asterisk A slash. So what answer you people are getting? Star A. Then what will be the format of this? I have written something. I will write the whole answer over here. So this will be given over here, star. So you can write your answer also. First I have to do B plus C, right? So B plus C, then I have to make a division. So see girls, whether the way I'm doing, is it correct?
No,
What
ma'am,
is-
shouldn't division be
No.
first?
Exactly. That's what I was expecting from you. I'm going to solve the bracket first, but in the bracket also the plus and division, which is having the higher precedence. Division will be done first. So slash CD B plus. So this is my one term, which will be another operator. Then again over here, this is whole term is in bracket. So this will be plus B slash CD and then A star. So it will be like this. So are you getting the same answer now? Asterisk
Yes.
A plus B slash CD. And what will be then the post of this? So now, but obvious. Again, I'm going to solve the bracket over here. First, I'm going to do the division. So CD slash B plus over here. So it will be plus sign will be getting over here. Am I right? And then, but obvious A star. So A and then star will be going at the end. Getting the postfix? Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So I hope now with this, you have understood the prefix and postfix, right? Now, so you can just check it out here, answers. So, but obvious for the expression notation for this, first we will, as I mentioned, B plus C as we are going to solve the first bracket. So we will add B plus C, then we will multiply by A and then divide by D. Now, when we are going for the third expression, A into bracket B plus C divided by D, So at that time, but obvious we are checking the precedence of the operators. And based on that precedence, we are going to perform the operation from left to right, right? So all these are the basics which you are knowing. Now, so after infix, prefix and postfix, there is one more notation which is mix fix. So now what is this mix fix is, any expression which is not going to fit into infix, postfix or prefix, that comes under your mix fix notation. And the example of this particular notation is what? If then else, right? So over here, if then else are used together in the expression. So if I'm writing if A is greater than B, then else B. If A is greater than B, then A, else B. I have forgot, there is some. So over here, so for this particular type of thing, we are going to, yes girls, is it visible? It's showing me there is some error. Okay. So the syntax is if then statement. All of you are familiar with the if then else statement. So if some condition, that is A is greater than B, then A is printed, otherwise it will go to B. So over here, when the symbols appear interspersed, so see over here, interspersed means what? It is randomly dispersed. So when such a type of symbols and the operands, maybe relational operator or your arithmetic operators are there in your language, in your expression, at that time, it is not going to fit into infix, prefix or postfix. So it is under your mix fix notation. And such a type of operations are called as mix fix notation. So I hope you are able to understand when to decide whether the expression we are going to convert it into pre, post, infix, or it comes under mix fix. So these are the four categorization of the expression notation. Now, but obvious already we have discussed while solving the expression precedence and the how we can evaluate the expression. So to describe the precedence, we can say it as a priority of the operator, that is which operator will compute the operand first. For example, when we are having a precedences, like in previous case we have plus and division at the same expression. So in that case, first we will evaluate the division, because my division is having a highest precedence over the plus or minus. So this is an example which is already we have done A plus B into C. So but obvious B into C, because multiplication is having higher precedence than the addition operation. Now next is when, even though the precedence is there, but obvious there is associativity is also there. So now when we are having a group of same operators in the expression, at that time how we can evaluate that particular operation. So is Blackboard is visible to you?
No, ma'am.
Now is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So now if I'm having a expression like 4 minus 2 minus 1. So what will be the answer I'm getting? Whether I'm getting the answer as 1 or 3. Which one is correct? This is an expression and I want to evaluate it. So which answer is correct? Just let me know.
1.
1 or 3?
1.
1. Why? Because see, over here, I am having a group of same operator, that is minus operator is there in my expression. But when I'm having a group of operators, at that time, I'm going to always evaluate the expression from left to right. And that's why 4 minus 2, I'm having the value of this particular 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 minus 1, which I'm getting is 2. I'm not going to evaluate that 2 minus 1, which is 1, and 4 minus 1. Are we going to do in this way? No. At that time, I'm getting the answer 3. Evaluate, I'm able to evaluate, but the answer is not correct. So, but obvious, when I'm having a group of similar operator in a single expression, at that time, we have to check the associativity of that particular expression. And based on the associativity, we are evaluating that particular expression. So when in an expression there are two operators with the same precedence, then the associativity of the operator is used. And associativity is of two types, left associative and right associative. So one example I have shown over here just now, which we have solved on the board. Now, so all the operators, your plus, minus, multiplication, division, all are left associative. Whereas a right associative operator is what? That is your rest to, or exponential is having the highest precedence, and it has to be right associative, or it is right, it will be evaluated from the right. Now, what I mean by this, so if I'm having an expression like 2 raised to 3 raised to 4. So I'm having, is this visible, girls? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So when I'm having an expression like 2 raised to 3, 3 raised to 4. So but obvious, my exponential is having the highest precedence, and it will be right associative. So what I have to do over here, 3 raised to 4. So what will be the value of my 3 raised to 4? Yes. What will be the value of 3 raised to 4?
81.
81. So first it will evaluate 3 raised to 4, and then it will be 2 raised to 81, whatever be the value you are getting. So this is your right associative, whereas in the previous case we have seen it is left associative. So all your plus, minus, multiplication, division are left associative, whereas exponential is your right associative operators. I hope this is clear to you. Any difficulty? Now, so that is fine. So I hope you people have understood the right associativity, precedence, left associativity, and all that stuff. So now we will solve one more expression. Now, if the expression is given as b square b raised to 2 minus 4ac. Is this visible?
Yes.
So I have an expression b square minus 4ac. So how I can write? It will be, sorry, this is my expression b square minus 4ac. So how I can write this expression? B raised to 2 minus 4 into a into c. This is my notation by using the operators and operands. Now, so over here, can you just convert this expression into prefix and postfix format? Will you be able to convert it into? So what will be the prefix form of this? Power, right? So what it will be? It will be 2, sorry, it will be exponential b2, then what will be the prefix? Yes, 4 into a, so 4a, then again into c, so into c is there, and but obvious minus, so minus cap B2 asterisk asterisk 4AC. Am I right? All of you are getting this? Girls, do respond. This is my prefix. And then what will be the postfix format? B2 cap. Then
4AC asterisk asterisk.
4
4AC asterisk asterisk.
4AC asterisk asterisk. How come? First, you are going to evaluate this. So 4 into A. So 4A asterisk. Then it will be C, and this asterisk will be going over here. Right? This complete equation. See, over here when I'm saying 4 into A into C. So left associative again over here. So 4 into A will be evaluated first. So 4A asterisk, this asterisk will be going over here. Then this complete, and this will be my second operand. So 4A asterisk C, and this asterisk will be.
Sorry to interrupt, but we can't see the equation written for postfix.
What?
We can't see the equation written for postfix.
Oh, it is not visible. Fine. I will write. Is this visible if I'm going to write over here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now what we are having, B square minus 4 AC. So, but obvious for when I'm going to evaluate this particular thing, B square minus 4 into A into C. So initially it will be B exponential 2 here. So what you will have, B 2 and then your exponential operator. Then for this, because minus and then we are having multiplication. So first multiplication is going to be evaluated. So 4 into A will be first evaluated. So I'm going to have 4A asterisk, still minus sign is there. Huh? The completion is not done. So I'm evaluating this. So 4A asterisk. Now after that, this will evaluate. Then this answer into C. So what I will have? C and then asterisk sign, right? And then after that, I'm going to have the minus also. Yes or no? This minus sign will be shifted. Yeah. So we will get prefix is minus exponential B2 asterisk asterisk 4AC, whereas the postfix format is B2 exponential 4A asterisk C asterisk minus sign. I hope answer is matching. You try it out your end and let me know, because this is the equation which we are taking as a base for the remaining concepts.
Ma'am, I had a
Everybody,
doubt.
yes, go
You
ahead.
In the postfix, could you show the blackboard, please?
Yeah, sure. Just a minute. Is it visible?
No, yeah, it is visible now. In the postfix, you said that 4A asterisk and then you write C asterisk because you multiply it later. So in the prefix, shouldn't it be minus asterisk 4A asterisk C in the same way?
See, even though if you're doing that, see, in prefix, when I'm going to write the prefix format for this infix given, all of you are agree this is infix notation, because it is in the normal manner which we are writing the expressions, right? Now, when I'm going to convert it into prefix, but obvious I'm going to solve from left hand side. Over here it is B square hai aapka, right? So exponential, so I'm going to write exponential sign B2. Agreed up to this point?
Yes.
Now, after that, what I'm having? Minus 4, then asterisk, and C. So am I going to directly do exponential b square minus, I'm not going to directly do the subtraction first. I'm going to have multiplication is having higher precedence than subtraction. Agreed?
Yes.
So I'm having the operand. See, my 4 is first operand. This is my operator. And A is again my operand. So I will write first number, N1, operator, and then N2.
Yes.
Correct. So now what my prefix format says, first operator and then operand N1, N2.
Yes.
So what I will have for 4 into A, I will write over here step by step so it will be more clear to you. क्योंकि मेरा बोर्ड का इतना ही विजिबल हो रहा है पार्ट, so I can't shift to that side or below also. So what I will have 4 asterisk 4A.
Yes.
And what I'm having, so this complete which I have already evaluated, this I can consider as N1 asterisk C. So this asterisk will be my operator and I will have this as a N2, C2, my C is second operand.
Yes.
So what I will get, asterisk 4A C for
Yes,
this particular part.
understood. Understood.
Correct. And already we have written for B cap 2, we have written cap B2, and but obvious this we have evaluated. This is already done. So this is my N1 minus N2. So अभी ये minus sign आपका कहाँ पे जाएगा? Pre means it will be over here. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you have understood now.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Correct. So same way, go step by step. And now this is my prefix. Same way, do it postfix. And let me know whether you are getting the same answer. I think this is visible. Yes or no?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So check it out.
Ma'am, but I still didn't understand that for postfix,
What?
the multiplication sign, both the multiplication sign should be after C, right? Why is one before and one after C?
See, same way over here. See, when I am writing 4 into A, right? What will be my postfix format? It will be 4. Where should I write? 4A and then asterisk.
Yes, ma'am.
Now this will be my one operand. Then I'm having into C, right? So this complete thing is my N1 asterisk and this is my second number. So N1, N2 and then I will have a operator. That is my postfix format says.
Yes, ma'am.
So what I will have for this 4 into A into C, I will have 4A asterisk, C asterisk.
Yes, ma'am.
See, this complete will be, you have already evaluated na, in the postfix format. I have written the complete solution over here. You can just check it out in your original. 4 into A. So 4A, this operator will be coming to this side. And this asterisk will be coming to the after C.
So after 4A and asterisk sign C, the above equation, the sign between the operand between the two is
it will be shifted directly over here.
and that minus sign will be for B2
So it will be minus over here.
exponential between.
Yeah, so that's why B2 exponential 4A into C into minus. That is all the operators are coming after the operands. You just always keep in mind the standard format for infix. It is normal way which we are writing. Prefix means first operator, then two operands. And for postfix, first both the operands and then operator. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Or still any doubt? Because see, this is the basic thing. If it is clear, then the remaining things which we are going to see in detail are based on this particular expression notations. So still, if anyone is having any doubt, get it cleared, and then only I will proceed for the next concept. Should I proceed, or you want me to explain it again? Yes?
No, ma'am, you proceed with the next.
Okay, fine. So over here, this is the precedence associativity, and but obvious we have checked all the things with infix, postfix and prefix format. So now after this expression notations, next we are going to talk about the abstract syntax tree. So now when we are saying abstract, as name indicate, my abstract syntax tree is going to identify the components of my language. Now when I'm saying the components of my language, but obvious, now for the previous example, we will take the simple one, that is A plus B. So in case of my A plus B, when I'm saying with my abstract syntax tree, my abstract syntax tree is going to identify the components of my language. Now, when we are saying the components of my language, it means for A plus B, which indicate my A, B are the expressions, or and this my plus sign indicate it's a operator. Okay, so now it identifies from the language the operators and the sub expression. So I can say A, B, or the operands which are expressed with any symbol. Like, see, over here I'm saying A plus B, but someone is saying N1 plus N2. So over here, my syntax tree identifies the operator and the symbol. So sometimes they are also recognized as identifier in some languages, and in some also over here we are talking as a symbols, or in if you are going to refer the book, they are saying it is a name. So N1, A, B, they are also nothing but the sequence of characters which identifies as name. So I can say this is my name 1, this is my name 2, and this is my operator. Okay. So with abstract syntax tree, it identifies the sub expressions of the given expression and the operators. So over here for A plus B, I'm having A and B are the sub expressions in my language, whereas my plus sign is the operator. So now how it will be represent this particular equation is, now my sub expressions represents the nodes or the terminal. So it will be represented as A plus B. Okay. So this is the abstract syntax tree representation of any given language. So over here, the expression. So now see, if you are going to represent the abstract syntax tree, it is identifying the meaningful component. So now just over here, for when I'm saying A plus B, A plus B. Now, if I want to represent the prefix equation, so what I am having, plus operator. So now, when you are going to do the representation of any equation in the abstract syntax tree, what I will have, it will read the operator. After reading the operator, I think all of you have heard about the queue stack concept.
Yes.
Correct. So what it will do, when it will read that particular expression, when you are getting the operator, but obvious, it is going to put that on a stack and it will read the next. So what for plus operator, but obvious we need two operands. So it will read the next two and it will be represented A, that is first operand, that is first terminal or node, then it will pop from the stack, which will be plus sign. So it will be put over here, and your second, it will be B, right? Same way you can check it out for post order. So first it will read from left to right. So you will have A, B, which are the sub expression. So that numbers will be considered as a node. So A, B, and you will have an operator. So it will be put over here. So now if you are going to look at the abstract syntax tree for all the expression, it will be same. So you can use the abstract syntax tree, which identifies the components of the language as a sub expression and the operators. Now, next is tree representation. So I hope you have understood abstract syntax tree. Now we have solved 3 to 4 different examples. So I hope you will be able to construct the abstract syntax tree. So now this abstract syntax tree, which identifies the operator and the sub expressions, which will be represented by using the tree representation. So tree representation of an expression. So just now I have just shown you with a simple A plus B. Now we are having multiple equations which we have discussed that you can represent by using abstract syntax tree. Now next is the tree representation of the expression. So while doing this tree representation, we know that the tree is going to have the leaf nodes and the or the what we can say, the tree consisting of the nodes, and that nodes we can say that when the tree is having greater than or equal to 0 number, when it will be greater than 0, it means that tree is going to have more than one leaf node. If it is k is equal to 0, it means there is only one node and there is no childrens are there. So the nodes indicate, or a node with no children is called as a leaf node, whereas a tree or a node which is having more than one children, that can be referred as a non-terminal or not a leaf node, or it is in between or intermediate node. So a root of a tree node with a no parent, and it is a child only in that particular case. So this is the tree representation of your equation. So, but obvious for a particular equation which we have solved, b square. So in the book, b raised to 2, b square minus 4ac is written as b into b minus 4 into a into c. So now over here, if you are going to look at my b into b, how it will be read? It will be taken as a first expression, and 4 into AC will be considered as a second expression. Okay. Now again, when you are going to evaluate 4 into A into C, my 4 into A will be considered as a E1, whereas my C will be considered as second part. So in this way, for the same thing which we have just now solved, for that prefix, infix and postfix notations are already written. You can just check it out whether the answers are matching or not. Now after that, the abstract syntax tree for if then else. So this is a mix fix type of notation, and for this the abstract syntax tree, that is also referred as AST. So if then, so if the expression is given, if A is greater than B, then it will evaluate the first expression, then S1 and then S2. So if your expression satisfies, if it is true, then it will print S1, but if it is false, then it will go to S2. So this is the abstract syntax tree representation of the if then else statement. Now I think next madam is waiting for me, so we will stop over here. In the next lecture, we will start with the lexical syntax analysis of a language. So meanwhile, the homework for you is to please do the abstract syntax tree representation of all the equations which we have already done with the prefix postfix notations. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am, will
Yes,
try.
ma'am.
या ट्री रिप्रेजेंटेशन आपको सिर्फ करना है, एक इक्वेशन का तो करके रखो आप एटलीस्ट, बिकॉज दैट यू कैन डू इट बी स्क्वायर माइनस 4ac, एंड फॉर प्रैक्टिस यू कैन डू इट द प्रीवियस वन ऑल्सो. You can stop recording.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can you tell us the name of a textbook that we can refer for this subject?